Watch as I train this horse to work the gait. So this horse has done the gait twice before this only. So what I do is I break it down into pieces. So a manoeuvre like working the gait isn't just working the gait, it's a sequence of other small events all put together which then end up as you're opening the gate. So what I'm doing here is I've walked her up to the gate and I stopped and I rewarded her for standing still next to the gate, because that's the first thing you need your horse to do. Then I asked her to back up and I rewarded her for that, because that's the next thing that you need to do. And then as you see now, I'm moving her shoulder over and getting her to walk forward at the same time. Only a few steps, because that's all that it takes. But as long as you're rewarding these small pieces, you can end up putting them all together, which then becomes you working the gait. It means that you can break it down into pieces, and if you ever have trouble at any point while working the gait, it means that you can go back to these small sections that you've created. It's building a foundation on a manoeuvre like working the gait. So excuse me here, my gait does fall open in towards the round yard, so I have to use my foot to hold it. If I let go, it will swing into the round yard. So just excuse that bit. So what I've done again now is I've walked her through the gate and then I stopped. But each time, if you notice, when I stop and pause to reward her, it's not just that I'm rewarding her, but what it also does is it slows her down so that it makes sure nothing is rushy. It means that they're not going to predict and turn this into one big manoeuvre, which is what you don't want, because what you want is your horse to listen to every step that you're asking of them. So again, I walk her up to the gate and I ask her to stand, and she did, so I rewarded her. Then I ask her to back up again, and she did, so I rewarded her. So then there's pauses in amongst this as well, because we're rewarding each section, it slows it down. So then I moved her shoulder over and walked her forward a few steps. I get her to stop halfway through the gate, because I wouldn't want her to think she has to rush through the gate. Then a few more steps, and I did reward her verbally here without giving her a reward. But because this horse understands that good means good, it means that she was rewarded and understood that she'd done the right thing. So then I move her over, as you see. I manoeuvred her into a place where I could shut the gate. It was a little bit wiggly there. She kind of moved forward and then back a bit and then forward, but she got the idea in the end. So then I could reward her again. This is just a sequence, like I said, it's building a foundation on a manoeuvre like working the gait. So now what I do is I come back to try it again, because I just want to reinforce what she's already done. So we go up to the gate again and we stop. She stands nicely. So I reward her for it, verbally first with the word good, and then I give her a reward, a food reward. She's still standing nicely while I open the gate. I verbally reward her again by saying good. She understands that because I've taught her. Ask her to back up, and she did. Verbally reward her. Ask her to walk through the gate a few steps. She did a good job, and that was 2 bits in sequence. So give her a reward. I asked her to go forward and she backed up a little bit, but I just ask again. I don't make a big deal of it. I just ask her to go forward a few steps. We stop again. I verbally reward her. I move her shoulder over, verbally reward her, move her shoulder again, and there she is back at the gate where I've got to use my foot to hold it shut. And then I reward her again. So what did you notice on the second attempt of going into the round yard was that I rewarded her less with the food reward, but along the way I was rewarding her with my bridge, which is the word good. And like I said, because she understands what the word good means, it means she understands that she's actually being good as she's working the gait. So she doesn't need to be rewarded with food because she understands what good means. And then we go through the same process again. I walk her up to the gate from the inside. She stands nicely, so I reward her. Then what's next is backing up so that her head is clear of the gate. She does a good job, so I reward her again. This makes, as you see, it makes the gate go really slowly, kindly, and I have control over each step because I'm asking for small pieces at a time. She doesn't know when I might say good, so she's not going to rush through the gate. She's going to take each step and listen to what I'm saying. She did a good job again. I reward her, walk her forward a few more steps, and I verbally reward her along the way. Each time she does something right, move her shoulder over, and then I move her rear end around. She does a good job again, so give her a reward. Having to hold that gate with my foot is quite annoying. And then I move her a little bit more, just to get her clear of the gate. And then back towards the gate again. All of these are leg cues. I'm using the shoulder cue and the rear end cue, and a little bit of rein at the same time, with the goal of not using reins later.